Welcome back to Keys Prop On. On today, we'll be looking for some props that we can hit on. Let's get into it. So on the left-hand side right now, firstly, yesterday we had 3 home runs. Cagalone, France, and one more. Oh, Stewart out in Coors got it done. Let's look at today. So you got Brott, rookie pitcher. He's only made like 2 starts. Talion making his return against Detroit. Leahy out in LA. McDonald versus Kansas City. Junk versus Houston. Firstly, I'll start with Talion. So you got a good amount of lefties in this Detroit lineup. So his last couple starts before he did go in the IL, went 1 inning versus San Fran, 6 1/3 against the Athletics. So good game there. Pitt got to him, 5 innings, 4 earned there, 5 hits, 2 home runs. Houston got to him too, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 4 earned, 1 home run, and then the White Sox, 8 hits, 8 earned, and 5 home runs. So it looks like he throws his four-seamer for the most part, 33%, changeup 26.8%, and then a curveball and some cutter in there as well. Does generate some whiffs with his changeup. So I'll look there. Looks like they all about whiff on this changeup. So don't like that necessarily. Do see Green here has the least amount of Ks with it. Let me go get them on the same sample size. So now in the last 10 at-bats, Keith looks the best. Green drops down to 35% on the whiff rate. Zone contact wise, Keith looks the best there too. 83% for Green, 100% for Carpenter as well. That's the changeup. And then, which is also getting hit even though he is generating whiffs with it. This four-seamer is getting hit as well, 476 WOBA. So Keith and Green look good here. Keith more so because of the zone contact. I will look for the full year. So Green 377 WOBA. Keith does drop down to 276. I think he has been better as of late though. He had a rough start to the year. 310 for Green, 369 WOBA. It's still 271 for Keith. So it really must be recent because in his last 10 at bats, he looked pretty good. Make sure I'm not. So 300. Yeah, in his last 10 at bats, he looks pretty good. Has the best zone contact there too. Has to be last 14 then. Yeah, in the last 14. Okay. This curveball is really not giving up much, but it is getting put in play, which Keith looks good there. McCongo looks good there too. Their zone contact doesn't look too good. They're not chasing it. Let's go with this fastball. So Green 383 estimated WOBA. Keith 352. Let's change up. 475 estimated WOBA for Keith. 298 for Green. The fly ball is crazy there for Green. 5 fly balls on 7 events. I kind of lean Keith just because I know he's been pretty good as of late. I know the Um, Against that four-seamer on the year, doesn't look too good, but at barely 92 miles per hour, I don't see Talion blowing that past him, especially in his first start back off the IL. Um, Power wise, I'd probably go green here. As I mentioned, that fly ball rate was pretty good for him. What, 37% there? I mean, he got 42% for um, Carpenter there. I don't think he's been really good as of late, though. Still 45 in the last 30 days for him, so possibly there. Keith has started to hit home runs himself. Green 52% on 38 events. Let's get the same. Let's go against this four-seamer. 57% fly ball, so this is what's in the air. 80% fly ball for Green. The estimated wall, but doesn't like it though. Must not have the exit velocity on it. 30% for Keith, and then Carpenter drops down to 20%. Then change up wise, 70% fly ball in the last 10 events for Green. 30 and 40% for Carpenter and Keith. Both of them do have homers to this change up though, which Green does too. Their estimated WOBA is a little bit higher. Green did go yard yesterday. I mean, I want to say Green for a homer here, but I low-key like Keith. I would say Carpenter, but I just haven't seen it from him as of late. I mean, on the year wise, Carpenter does look good against this changeup. But I just feel like they're gonna have him close to chalk price. And the wind is crazy in Chicago today. So on the year wise, it looks like Carpenter and Green. So you could go either way with those. But recency, it goes to Keith, in my opinion. So I'll say Carpenter and Keith are platoon guys. So I don't think Chicago has a lefty going tomorrow. I was about to say this might be their day before they get a day off. Boyd may be going tomorrow. Let me check that real quick. Peterson. So they both do get a day off tomorrow. So I honestly, like, as I think about that, I go Carpenter hasn't been doing anything as of late, but as soon as I say he hasn't been doing anything, he's gonna go yard. I know they have Green at chalk price right now, rightfully so. His fly ball is crazy on the four-seamer and changeup. They all look good against this cutter. Home run wise, I'm gonna full season wise, it's Carpenter. I'm not gonna lie, power wise, it's him. Um, and then I low-key like Keith. I like him more so for a hit, but he is in play for a homer here. 3 homers against this cutter. Can hit the changeup, can hit the four-seamer as of late. Not good on the year, but as I mentioned, a 92 mile per hour four-seamer doesn't necessarily scare me off of him. He has 7 home runs against his pitch mix, 4 in the last 30. So I don't mind Keith here too. And then Green's the chalk play there. I will look at the other side of this. And then I didn't even look at the right side of for Italian, but it's more so Dingler and Corson. Like pick your poison there. Cutter wise, Dingler looks pretty good here. Yeah, I've been skipping over the right side, but honestly, I say Dingler's in play here too. Attack that cutter there. And then Tacroson looks good against this four-seamer. I low-key lean Dingler there because I don't think he did in that Angels series. Well, then let me look at the opposite side of that, being flatter. So it's giving up homers to both sides, but he has looked good as of late. The Ks are there for sure. This slider looks like it's getting hit. 397 estimated WOBA, in which Suzuki looks pretty good there. I don't really lean the Cubs to hit for average. The only person I'd be looking at is probably Horner, who has started to turn it around. So I'm more so looking power here. And Suzuki looks pretty good against this slider. Four seam wise, he doesn't look good as far as pull air. Only a 40% hard air, but 50% fly ball. So I do like that. Only one extra base hit. Amaya doesn't look bad here. I'm not sure if he's a platoon guy or what. I haven't like I want to say I mentioned him the other day, and I expected him to be in a lineup, and he wasn't. He has a homer against this slider too. And then nothing really against this knuckle curve. I'd say I'd probably lean Suzuki there based on that slider. Him and Bregman are about the same, but Bregman just went. He could again, but I lean Suzuki here. Okay, still looking at the left-hand side. Junk really struggles with lefties. 369 estimated WOBA to lefties. You only got Alvarez, and then Lamont Wade Jr. has been playing as of late. More so looking hit here. His fly ball is really not there. I mean, he can't give it up, obviously. 5 home runs on the year. But looking average here. Does miss bats with his changeup, in which the whiff and the K doesn't look bad there for Alvarez. And the four-seamer. So on the year he looks good, but I know as of late he had been kind of struggling with it. So 190. The zone contact's not there. So 300 his last 7 at bats. Still the zone contact's not there though. This is estimated WOBA. So when he does make contact, he is hitting an 836 estimated WOBA on contact. No, never mind. I'm reading Trammell. 787 for Jordan. Trammell looks pretty good there too, but he hasn't been in a lineup against righties. I'm not sure why. Maybe he is today. And then slide. Oh, change up wise. He doesn't look too good here, but he's also not really K'ing or whiffing. Slider looks pretty good there. 600 batting average in his last 10 at bats. 100% zone contact, 9% whiff, and then 10% curveball. I'm not gonna look too much into that. I'll say I like Alvarez here for a hit. Could possibly go yard, as I mentioned. The fly ball wasn't really there for me to want to go yard against junk. But he is pitching a contact. You see a very low swing and strike. So he didn't look too good as far as batting for average against that changeup, but that's more so his whiff pitch, and he's not whiffing towards it. So I assume he gets a slider or a four seamer to hit, and I think ours he's doubled in his last like 4 out of 5, I want to say. So you could take his bases here if you like it. Yeah, Sheehan at Philly. LA is coming off a back to back, not back to back, but a double header. Um, 346 to lefties, 336 to righties. It's about even on both sides. So really, it's just a changeup and a four seamer. Does throw some slider in there. I'm assuming that's when he's ahead and he's looking to generate whiffs. Harper looks pretty good here. 444 Woba, 30% whiff though, so you do have to deal with the whiffs with Harper. This four seamer, yeah, I was about to say this four seamer. I know he's pretty good against. I look last 30, so 695 Woba in the last 30 against this four seamer, 95% zone contact. So I do like that. Change up wise, 322, 93%, almost 94 zone contact. That's on full season. Last 30, 100% zone contact, batting 400 across 10 at bats, 513 Woba, not whiffing on it. He's getting some whiffs on about all of these pitches though, so I do like the first two. He's not really whiffing at all. He's whiffing a lot on this slider. So the slider doesn't look too good on at all. Crawford's not whiffing on it. Yeah, 38% on there. I'd say I still like Harper for a hit here. You got the third pitch being the slider. You know, he's whiffing towards it. Um, he's hitting the four seamer. He's hitting the changeup. You can almost sit slider at that point. You know, two strike. If he's behind, I would assume he'd sit slider and be looking for it. So I like him at home here. He has looked better after the break, I believe. So I'll take Harper for a hit there against Sheehan. Face San Diego twice. Face three horrible, not three horrible, two horrible offenses in 3 games. And then Baltimore got to him at home. The White Sox, I remember watching that game, they got to him. So I'll take Harper at home to get a hit there. Let's look at Boz. Boston's been hot. I believe they're on a 13-game hitting streak. So them as a team, they're hot. Boz here had a 40% K rate versus Kansas City, but 8 hits, 2 earned, and 4 2/3. Went 6 against the Cubs, 7 against the White Sox, so good game there. That's without Murakami though. The Angels, they're not really good at all, and then Seattle's not good. So I mean, he's pitched well against his opponents. You know, you got to pitch to your opponents. But I do believe Boston can get to him. So this four seamer for the most part in a knuckle curve, and then barely any changeup usage. Looks like he's going to this knuckle curve to get strikeouts, in which Abreu is K'ing to it. They're all K'ing to it, except for Siegler there, who should be their leadoff. Let me see. That was a very small sample size. So 30% K for Abreu in his last 10 at bats. 20% for Yoshida. About the same with zone contact wise. Abreu can hit it when it's in the zone, but he is chasing quite a bit. And then this four-seamer, not generating whiffs really here at all. Full season wise, Yoshida looks the best there, 96% zone contact. Will look as of late. So Yoshida still looks good there, not gonna lie. 188 for Abreu. Singler 280. That's pretty good. The zone contact isn't there. Let's put them all in the same sample size. Yoshida still 300. Singler 300. Zone contact about the same. Abreu doesn't look good here as far as zone contact. So power-wise, Abreu looks pretty good there. 718 estimated WOBA when he does make contact and not striking out. 60% fly ball. He has given up fly ball to his four-seamer though. And then this changeup, Abreu 704 estimated WOBA. Zone contact-wise, it looks like Yoshida. I kind of lean. I want to say I lean Yoshida if I'm talking hit play here. And then it didn't look good. It didn't look good for Abreu against that knuckle curve. The four-seamer really didn't look good for him either outside of when he does make contact. He is hitting it hard. I want to say not really a long shot, but possibly Abreu to go yard here against Baz at home. 718 estimated WOBA against the four-seamer. 704 against the changeup. Both of those, he's giving up fly ball. And then the knuckle curve, I mean, still a 515 estimated WOBA on contact. So when he does make contact, he is hitting it hard. 2 extra base hits there. I didn't see against the changeup. 2 extra base hits there with a homer. And then the four-seamer, 2 extra base hits and a homer. So Abreu should be in play for a homer here. Moving forward. Kind of want to say that Ashcraft may give one up in Yankee Stadium. He really struggles with lefties. Going to see a bunch of them today. He's just someone that I've noticed as of late that's been giving up homers. Gave up 2 against Milwaukee, 1 against Washington, 3 at Philly. Then against Seattle, not really good. And then Athletics aren't really good either. So 11 to lefties on the year. So I'll look at him from a power play here. I really don't trust this Yankees lineup to hit for an average. So 43% fly ball on this four-seamer. And then it's 24% home run fly ball, and it's getting barreled 11.9% of the time. So pull air-wise, Grisham looks the best in his last 10 at-bats. I will look at full year before I do that. So it's Rice, really 27% on the year. 40% barrel on a four-seamer, 15% for Grisham, 16% for McMahon, 506 estimated WOBA for McMahon, 777 for Rice, estimated WOBA there. And then last 30 days. So Grisham has started to hit it well. Still good for Rice there. McMahon looks pretty good too. 81% fly ball is crazy for Rice there. You do have some strikeouts there. 7 strikeouts for him. Only 1 for Grisham. 3 for McMahon. And then McMahon has some barrel and pull there, as does Grisham. Let's look like recent at-bats. We can go events here too. So 2 homers for Grisham, 2 for Rice, 1 for McMahon. This last 10 events, 4 homers for Rice, 2 for Grisham, 1 for McMahon. Only a 20% fly ball for McMahon though. 60% for Grisham. Chalk play here is Rice. Um, Grisham end up. I remember I took him Friday. They were facing Sasaki, and I said he's in a good position to go yard just because he's right by Rice. He ended up doing against Yamamoto the next day, being yesterday afternoon. Could do it again here because, like again, if you don't want to walk him and see Rice with somebody on base, but I do. I do want to say I like Rice here. Feel like he's almost due. Let me take that off. So Grisham is getting the zone contact against that slider. Which Rice isn't. But when he does make contact, he's hitting it. I'll say Rice chalk play there, and then Grisham. And then the long shot would be McMahon. Okay, from the left-hand side. Kirby has been struggling, but he is going back into Seattle. So he could be okay there. Kind of want to find a way. Hold on, let me look at. I want to look at this Cleveland game. They have it at 7.5 as far as the total wise, but I feel like it could be some hits here. So Ryan throws his four seamer for the most part, 45% of the time, almost 20% on the splitter, and then the knuckle curve and sweeper there. On the year wise, Bazzano looks good there at 369. Woba, and then With and Chase and K, Quan and DeLauder look really good there. Rocchio looks pretty good too. So he's generating with his four seamer, which Rocchio looks good, Bazzana looks good, Quan looks good, DeLauder looks good. Let's go recent. So 514 for Rocchio, 477 for Bazzana, 402 for DeLauder, 373 for Quan. 100% zone contact for Quan though, so I do like that. 95% for DeLauder, 96% for Rocchio. Let's go recent at bats. So Quan 500 in his last 10 at bats. DeLauder 500, 400 for Rocchio. Do like the whiff for DeLauder and Quan. 70% sweet spot for Quan too, so I do like that. So that's the four seamer. Let me look at estimated WOBA. 710 for DeLauder. 44% fly ball. Maybe in play for a homer here. And then Quan 474. He's not much of a power hitter, but that's a good estimated WOBA for him for sure on contact. And then the splitter 300 for DeLauder, 200 for Quan. Zone contact wise, Quan's hitting it. DeLauder's not necessarily whiffing on it. 16%, 23% for Quan. Estimated WOBA wise, Quan only 284, 293 for DeLauder. And then I really don't care about Bailey. And now that I mentioned that four seamer, didn't even see that. This is the pitch that Ryan's giving up fly ball on 36% of the time. So as I mentioned, DeLauder is in play for a homer here. Then we'll look at this knuckle curve. I highly doubt they've seen this much at all. Rocchio 300, Quan's 200 there. Is making contact though. He has looked better though. He's had like his last 4 or 5 games, 2+ hits in every single one. So I do like that. Quan's actually showing signs of life. They moved him back into the leadoff spot. So I don't mind that for him there. Not really seeing a sweeper much from a left-hand side, but 500 there for Quan. I like Quan here for a hit. Um, and then I feel like DeLauder, as I mentioned, DeLauder's in play for a homer here. He's not really whiffing on these secondary pitches. He's hitting the four-seamer and doing damage when he does make contact with it, and that's the pitch that Ryan is giving up a fly ball to and some power, 11% barrel, and on a 45% usage. And then we can look at the other side. Bivy struggles more with righties, but I try to attack him with the righty uh, against Miami, and they sold me. I kind of want to go to the left-hand side because that's what I'm normally attacking him with. And the lefties in that Miami lineup did get some hits on him. So he's throwing this four-seam and the changeup for the most part. 26% for the four-seamer, 24% for the changeup. Not really giving up an average there, but is giving up power. The cutter, 214 there, 20% usage. We'll look at this side of it. And I think he's increased the usage on this sinker too. So I will look at that. And it's 293 batting average there. So 303 for Larnach and Clemens. I will look as of late. So 417 for Larnach there. So I do like that for him. He's not someone that whiffs or Ks really at the top of that lineup. They're really not, none of them are whiffing with it. 58% sweet spot for him though on a good size 12 at bats there. Let's go last 10. So 500 for Larnach in the last 10 against this sinker. 100% zone contact. Does have a high chase rate there though, but he's not like he's generating whiffs with this. We'll look at these other pitches that he's throwing a bit more, but I think he's dropped off the usage on that four-seamer. I'm almost certain. And started using the sinker. Larnach, 400 there, 552 Woba. So I do like that for him. They're all about hitting this cutter in their last 10 at bats. I will go full season to get a look. So he still looks good there. Brooks Lee looks good. Caratini looks good. Bell looks good. So I think, as I mentioned earlier, I feel like they got this game mispriced on the 7.5. I don't know if this goes only 7.5, and Buxton's back in the lineup for them. Larnach does not look good on this changeup though. I will say, note that 15% swing and strike there. A good decent whiff for him, 34% there. Outside, they're almost all whiffing on it. Bell has the lowest at 21%. Let's go last 10 at bats. Does look better in the last 10 at bats, batting 300 with an 18% whiff. So I do like that. Clemens is hitting it a little bit there, 500, 100% zone contact against that changeup. He's more so giving fly ball to this cutter and then this four-seamer. So we looked at the cutter. I think 397 estimated Woba there for Larnach, 496 for Carantini, 578 for Lee. Yeah, I think this goes over that 7.5, bro. There's no way. And then this four-seamer. Larnach doesn't look good there as far as power at all. Let me look on this side. So 200 there against the four-seamer, but again, he's someone that doesn't whiff or K and then puts it in play, so I don't mind him for a hit here. Carantini has looked good across all these pitches, but I'm not sure if he's going to be in the lineup. He could be with Jeffers back. I'm not sure how they're doing the rotation on that. And then last 30, Wise Bell has looked good, but not necessarily somebody that I trust. I do like Larnach here. And then, as I mentioned, Caratini has looked pretty good. But the Minnesota lineup should be different with Buxton back in it, so I expect some runs in that game. I'm not too high on them going low there. And then from the right-hand side, let's look at Freeland facing this Washington offense. Get some swing and strike with this knuckle curve. Outside of that, not really much. You got the sweeper, but he barely uses it. I will look at this knuckle curve, so I doubt they have much there against the knuckle curve. Whiff wise, last 10. So none of them have at least 10 at bats against this, so I can't really go much off of this at all. Since 2023 wise, they don't. So I'm not really gonna look into that. I'll look into this cutter, and then I'll look into that four seamer too, 475 Woba. So this cutter 375 for Mead, small sample size for Ruiz. I will get them on the same sample size. So 500 for Mead, Ruiz 400, 90% zone contact for Mead, 100% for Ruiz. He's someone that they haven't been putting in the lineup, so I'm not sure what's going on that end for him. I think he's a catcher, if I'm not mistaken. 705 estimated Woba for Mead, so I do like that for him. And then this four-seamer, so 500 for Mead as of late. I will go full season to see what they look like. Mead 308, Ruiz 300, 390, 294 for Chaparro, Nunez 300, so that looks pretty good there on the year. 94% zone contact for Mead. 90% in his last 10, 518 Woba, 12% whiff, so I do like that for him. And then Chaparro looks pretty good here. I know they have him high up on FanDuel for a homer. I really like Mead for a hit here. The bet like the most out of all of them. Could possibly go yard there. I mean, 689 for Chaparro, but I think that's just from that game on Friday in Sacramento. Let me see on the year wise what he looks like against it. Yeah, so all that's coming from that game. Mead 5 extra base hits, has the most extra base hits against that four seamer. And then I'll look at this cutter. So 665 for Mead there. Yeah, I lean Mead here, honestly, to go yard. I like him for a hit too, though. If you just want to do the hit route. And none of them really look good against that changeup. I will look at the opposite side of this too. Alvarez hasn't been that good to me. 5 2/3 against Houston, 5 earned there. And as I mentioned previously, Houston's not good offensively. 4 2/3 against Boston, so that's a pretty good game, I will say, but it wasn't ball relief. Baltimore got to him 4 1/3, 6 hits, 2 earned. 4 innings pitched against Tampa Bay. So, I mean, good game there, but he only went 4 innings, 1 earned, 4 hits. The K rate, he does get Ks, though. I will give him that. However, I don't know how much of that do you get in Colorado. Does have a lot of ground ball, fly ball, though. I mean, high ground ball, fly ball rate being 5. So he doesn't really give up fly ball. So I may not look so much here for a homer, but I feel like that can change in course. So he may have to lean more so on this slider or curveball. So slider wise, Carrick looks pretty good there, batting 500 in the last on the year wise. As is Freeman. Goodman looks okay there too. 84% zone contact for Carrick, 85% for Freeman. We'll look estimated Woba wise. Freeman 480, Carrick 410, 517 for Goodman. He did go yard 3 times yesterday. So that's a slider. I will look at this four seamer because he's not really missing bats with it. So Karros looks the best there, 541. Woba 417 for Freeman, 412 for Goodman, 316 for Carrick. Let's look recent wise. So in the last 10 at bat, 606 for Karros, 474 for Carrick, 474 for Goodman as well, and then 264 for Freeman. The zone contact is there for Freeman though. So like if he's underperforming too. So 418 estimated Woba. So Freeman's due for some positive regression there against that four seamer. And then this curveball. So Freeman's not missing that. 90%, 300. Castro looks okay there. Doesn't look too good for Carrick here, but only 2 events. I think he is a rookie. So he struck out against that. But he looks good against a four seamer and slider. So I lean Carrick for a hit here. Also like Freeman, I will say. For a hit, he didn't he didn't look too bad, and his whiff percentage isn't high at all. Um, Goodman's not really someone to trust for a hit. However, he can hit for power, in which he has on the year 522. You got a young pitcher going into course for the first time, which I'm pretty sure it is his first time there. So he could be in play to give up a homer. So Goodman's the chalk play there to go yard. And then Springs going into Arizona, fly ball pitcher. Here, I more so look Marte off the top of my head. So this changeup he's missing bats with. So Waldschmidt looks pretty good there. I think he's a rookie, to be honest. Not too bad for Vargas there either. He's a platoon guy. 26% whiff for Marte. Perdomo's not whiffing, but Perdomo's not really good at all. 28% for Marte, so I don't necessarily care for the changeup, what he looks like against that changeup though. Not too bad for Vargas or Waldschmidt there. And then this four-seamer, 428 Woba, so some damage here. He's not missing bats at all. On the ear-wise, Arenado looks pretty good here. 92% zone contact, 552 Woba. Marte looks okay, 308 Woba. 97% zone contact. I will look to see if he's underperforming that. So no, he's at about exactly where he's supposed to be. Arenado looks the best there. So in the last 10, he has picked it up though. 386 Woba. Arenado dropped off there a little bit. See here, Waldschmidt looks okay there. I feel like it's a very small sample size for him. 40% fly ball for Marte, 42% for Waldschmidt, 62% for Arenado. He did go yard yesterday against his former team. And then this slider, 381 Woba, which Vargas looks pretty good there. Marte looks okay. What is his Waldschmidt looks good again, 578 there. 473 for Marte there. So I'd say he's in play for a homer, Marte. Arenado's fly ball across each of these pitches has looked pretty good. But he's also can. Let's go with Vince. I'm gonna lie, the Washington, I don't know who that is. Like I think he's a rookie third baseman. Um, but he looks pretty good here. I would say him for a hit. Marte should have the most at bats against Springs, being that he does lead off there. He looks okay here. I would lean more so a hit. I know he's going to be chalk price for a homer. Vargas is also a platoon guy that will see some at bats today, given that it is a lefty. And he has 4 homers against this pitch mix. The fly ball rate does not look too good there. It doesn't look too good for any of them, honestly. But we'd more so be focusing on this four-seamer. And let's see here. Arenado looks good. Okay for Marte. Waldschmidt, 42%. Where did Vargas go? 24%. So he doesn't look that good. Arenado's in play for a homer there, too. He did yesterday, though. Waldschmidt looks the best on contact, in my opinion, outside of Arenado. Yeah, chalk there is Marte, but Waldschmidt and um, Arenado look good. And on the other side, you got a rookie here, Brought. Hard to get a read here since he's only pitched 2 games against LA, which, he didn't look bad. Only won 3 innings and only won 3 innings against St. Louis. So you may get a lot of Arizona's bullpen here. So the slider wise, Wilson 300, 624 Woba for Langlier's there. But I'm looking more so here for a hit because I don't really know how to judge this kid yet. Um, so to put it in play wise, it'd be Wilson. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it on that team wise. 222 against this four seamer. Let me go at bat. So 300 there. 100% zone contact, so I do like that. 222 on the year. They just put him back at leadoff, so that's what I like there. So I'm not gonna go too deep into this one because there's not a lot of data here. Um, but I would more so lean Wilson for a hit there. Let's keep going. I do think Atlanta can get to Sears here. They did in that first game. I'm just not sure from what angle. Ozzy Albies has been like more so the left-handed hitting batter this year. Riley started to go crazy this weekend. I think he had like 3 homers. I'll look into it. 333 against his changeup. So 286 for Albies. Zone contact isn't great there. It is for Dubon, but he doesn't have the results to show for it. So Dubon 300 in his last 10. Outside that looks pretty bleak. I mean, Riley has his own contact there. Look at estimated WOBA. So Bart looks the best. He is a platoon bat, so he may be in the lineup today. Um, and then Albies and Riley look horrible. Eli White has been someone hitting left-handed pitching too. Slider-wise, DeBon looks pretty good there, as does Albies. White looks good. Riley looks mid. Look, want to say I want to ride the hot hand of DeBon. He's been pretty good over the last month and a half. At least the last month that I've noticed wise. Albies is good against left-handed pitching. 641 estimated WOP on this four-seamer for Riley. Riley could go yard again here. 1 home run against this four-seamer for Albies. But this is the one that he's giving up fly ball to. .97 average X velocity for Riley. Possibly Riley to go yard there. You might get good odds for it because I doubt they have him chalk price against Sears. And then Elder. So struggles with the average with righties, but power more so to lefties. So this sinker, he's not really missing bats at all. Nor do they look good against the sinker. 314 for Tati, so he doesn't look bad. And he started to look like himself too. Estimated WOBA wise. So 411 for Tatis. Slider. 327 for Tatis. 384 estimated WOBA. Let's go last 30. Ty France looks great there. Machado. Tatis. They all look decent here against this slider. Machado's low-key overplaying. 420 WOBA to estimated for 302. France a couple homers there too. They could get to Elder here. He hasn't looked good as of late. Took a little break too. Homer there for France. France has been hot though. 33% Fly ball for Machado. 3 fly balls for him. I want to say Tati's here for a hit. Just ride the hot hand. France has been good too. Um, Top of mind, I feel like Machado is the one that's due out of them that hasn't hit a homer, that didn't at least against Kansas City. To hit one there against Elder. From the left hand side, as I mentioned, it's more so power than average. So he's giving up fly balls to this four seamer Jackson Merrill with the 80%. Is this the four seamer? 80% fly ball in his last. Oh, he's striking out. Let me do events. So 50% in his last 10 events, fly ball for Merrill. So not bad at all. 30% for Sheets with 2 home runs. Merrill went yard yesterday. I think so, yeah. And then 40% here for Sheets with the homer, and then 2 homers here for Merrill with a 30% fly ball. 470 estimated WOBA for Merrill. I want to say it's Sheets or Merrill here. I mean, they don't really have that many lefties. Um, and Sheets someone that I've been saying for a while that I feel like is due, but at some point he's gonna hit it, and maybe here against Elder. Okay. I don't really care to get to the Dodgers righties, but I feel like Sanchez has not looked good. He could bounce back here. You would think he bounces back at home. Um, 10 hits against Detroit. Did go 7 innings though. 12 hits against Kansas City. Only went 3 and 1/3, 9 earned, 3 home runs. Good game against Pitt. They're not really good against lefties. Washington got to them. And then okay game against the Mets. Their quality start. Let's see. I don't really care to go to bat for an average against Sanchez. I'm more so banking on him making a mistake. He's not really giving up fly ball to this changeup or sinker, but they're both going yards. So I'm gonna look at the last 30 because that's when he's been struggling. See if anything's increased. So this changeup has increased in the fly ball rate. They don't really have much going on here at all. You got Edmund 50% hard hit and only a 10% fly ball, 100% home run fly ball. The one fly ball he hit went yard there. 434 estimated WOBA for him though. See if we can get anything in the last 20. Like, I don't know. This Dodgers offense has been just okay, in my opinion. You got 2 home runs for Edmund, so possibly Edmund to go yard there. He's not really giving up fly ball to this sinker, but I mean it is getting hit. And then nothing on the sinker there for Edmund this year wise. I mean, last 10 events. Yeah, it's pretty. Uh, and then change up wise, Teoscar's getting some pull air there, 40%. So four events being pull air. I'd say Edmund there, long shot home run, and then you could possibly go Teoscar to go yard there against Sanchez in the bank. And then I want to say that's. Yeah, I don't really care to go with the Rangers offense. Yeah, I want to say that's it. And then Pittsburgh could get the Weathers there. I will say that. I don't really care for it to go deep into it, but they could get to him. You got some platoon bats in that lineup for Pittsburgh. But that's it for today. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. As always, if you have any questions with the platform, please let me know. Drop it in the comments below. I hope you guys have a great day. See you guys.